Hello, everyone. My name is Dylan Reno, and I'm product manager here at GitLab for distribution. And today I'm going to be kicking off our 15.8 release. Here's our scheduling issue, and we're going to be closing out our trio of issues this milestone. So rounding out the 15, 6, 7, and 8 scheduling issue here. So we'll be building a new one, so look for that for next time. But here is the epics that we're hoping to work towards this time. Obviously, we're not going to complete them all, but these are the general categories we like to work towards. I will add the issues I discuss here below in this video. So if you want to take a look or just link them directly in this scheduling issue. So the first one we're going to be working on is multi-architecture support for GitLab. The main piece here is allowing builds for new CPUs such as Arch 64 and ARM 64. For these new systems, we need to be able to build cloud native GitLab on them. So we have a couple of use cases, but essentially, it all falls under just building on these new architectures, and then having a process in place to support multiple different architectures at once internally. Next up here, improving our distribution team pipelines. This is an internal efficiency item, but will pay dividends down the road for the community as well. The quicker and easier we're able to work with our pipelines, the more features that we're going to be able to deliver. Next up here is improving our contributor experience. Similar to the one before, I would say this is an internal thing, but ultimately everyone can contribute, as we say at GitLab. So the more that we can work towards this issue, the easier it'll be, and we can enable contributors from the community better, which again will ultimately allow us to deliver more features quickly, and also specifically ones that the community is asking for, because they'll feel empowered to go and start an MR with out the hurdle or the difficulty that it is to approach a distribution project. So we need to do a better job to enable those community members to jump in and contribute. Next up here, we have our secure solution for managing omnibus secrets. This has been mentioned for a while, and we're making slow but steady progress. It's a tough topic, and one that takes a lot of growth and research, and so we're just going to keep working away at it. We are certainly making good progress. So moving into specifically some of these issues, as I mentioned here, this multi-architecture support for cloud native GitLab. Some of the issues that we're specifically going to be working on is using BuildX for building and tagging Docker images, and then ultimately provisioning Kubernetes clusters for housing multi-architecture CNG build, our CNG build fleet. So we have to have a place to, sort of enable us to work efficiently with this project. So next up here, as I mentioned, improving our distribution team pipelines. This is a lengthy issue. There's lots of issues underneath it, but any progress we can make here will, make us more efficient. So we want to refactor job names to not rely on .release, .revision. And another one sort of related is just make use of releases feature. So, as I mentioned, this is sort of internal efficiency, and we've been hoping to work on this for a while. You can see, how many times we've kind of tried to work on something like this, but it's now sort of time to just set this aside, or not set this aside, put this at the forefront and make time for something like this. It just needs to be done. So moving on is improving our contributor experience. As I mentioned, we just need to be able to allow everyone to contribute more easily, especially in a tough space like distribution to contribute to. We need to build tools and frameworks and improve our documentation to help collaborators more easily. And one step forward in that is create a process for updating package and repo signing keys. So we want to be enabled to move a project forward that might require keys to be signed. And this is just one thing. As I mentioned, this is a lengthy issue. There's lots of issues underneath this, and we need to start tackling them. And so this was one of the first ones that have popped up. So now encrypt all Rails passwords stored in GitLab RB. This is under the sub epic of securing our omnibus configuration secrets. And then the sub issue here that'll really set the foundation here is going to be encrypting incoming email passwords. And so all these Rails passwords stored in GitLab RB, once this work is done here, the rest of these issues that are related will fall fairly quickly. And then we can sort of move on to the next step here, which is all non-Rails passwords. So we're working on this one right now. and then we're going to finish the research here. But whatever we learn in the all Rails passwords will set us up well for the non-Rails passwords work. So that's a good summary of what we're going to be working on. We're still working on some of the compliance work, but it's certainly slowing down, which opens us up to work on more specific distribution issues, which we're very excited about. So happy holidays, everyone, and hopefully we'll have a great 15.8 release. Thank you.